Hello guys, Tom here. Hope you're all well. I'm pretty well, I gotta say. I'm not just came home from work pretty much, and thought I share some stuff that I've been going through lately. Basically, I've been going through, and where to start? I have. It's kind of work related actually. It's been a little bit difficult time at work, you know. Let's start with my job is a lot of structures and principles, guidelines, rules, you know, stuff that you gotta keep yourself in, like boxed in. Me, you know, I'm like very honest and learning how to really like speak my truth. And I don't like authorities, but I know the value of authorities. I have nothing against hierarchies. It's very important for organizations, structures, things to go around, you know. But put that aside, I also don't really like criticism, but somehow I've gone through change, and this is a little bit difficult to explain because I'm somehow can distance myself from criticism, but at the same time I feel it. But I know that a lot of things, when it comes to work for example, it don't define me. It don't define me about who I am. And if, for example, the situation now, it's been some complaints and about the specific things, the principle, rules, that part have been, I've been a little bit against that, and been actually not really caring about it, to be honest, because I know the value of it. I do, absolutely. I know the value of it, but I've sort of been going against it anyway. And on the other hand, I'm like really doing really great on other aspects of my job. And I know I'm that kind of person that, back to I don't like authorities and criticism. I know that I could do very good in a lot of fields. I have a lot of times quite an easy time learning new things, and I have the ability to adapt, being flexible. But choosing one field only, this is where it comes down to the INFP, and I think a lot of artists that are INFPs, they are very high in openness, very creative, and don't like the idea about being put in like a box and let that define who you are. Because, you know, for me, I think that, I know that for me, I'm more interested in so many things, and I feel like it would be so boring to just box myself in one particular field. I know the value of it. You can become extremely attractive and good in this field and professional or whatever. But somehow for me, creativity and, like I said, a lot of artists that are INFPs, I'm not saying that I would like define as one or anything like that. I just define as me, I guess. I think that for me, I define art and creativity and people who are artists like it's about art interpretation. You interpret art your way, which leads to you gotta be open, high in openness in order to be creative, I think, because it's about what you reflect in that. Alright, yeah, back to what I was talking about. Just had to check some notes. Actually, I wrote some notes for this also. I can appear naive to people that I'm being like too honest, for example, about certain things. Like for this example, that I went against some principles and rules because personally it's against my values, and I don't care about really I'm maybe been a little bit sloppy, not really taking things so serious as I should. And in this way it's good in a way to be really honest and speaking your truth, but you have to choose your moments, you know, because sometimes it can come back and bite you in the back. It really can do that. And what else? Like, it's the same thing. Before I went to university, I played with myself a little bit, in a sense. I had to complete some math courses in order to be able to apply to university. And I know that I'm not really into math. I think it's fascinating, but I'm don't find it interesting for me personally. I sort of distanced myself because I know what it would lead to. So I played with myself in the sense of ignoring my personal values. It can be painful, but it's really important in this world, you know. It's really beneficial for you. If you have like ambition, and in order to get there, you need to play on the rules, by society's rules or subjects rules, or like in this situation, corporations, principles, whatnot, you know. And distance yourself, ignore sort of part of yourself to use the resources, to gather resources. That's what I'm doing now. I'm gathering a lot of knowledge and resources, and I did that a little bit too much, so I ignored certain things about, for example, my position. So I got some complaints about that, and I will take that more seriously now, obviously. So that was basically what I wanted to bring up in this topic, in this video. That was the topic I wanted to bring up. And because the truth, we have personal values, but a lot of times our personal values, it may be ideas, and we are not completely our ideas. It's sometimes just ideas that we don't live up to. I want to just completely absorb myself and sort of let go of, how can I express this, you know, I believe we have, some people may know, some people may not, but we have a lot of years behind us. And a lot of things that we see around us in society is sort of, we can say, an illusion that is making society and people within the society, this can have effects differently depending on culture, traditions and norms, from society to society, from culture to culture. And some people realize maybe this more than others, that individuals within a society, we have a lot of different small groups. Some call them classes, and it can be subcultures, or however, that aside, the individuals within a society or within a group within a society have some kind of, they need approval from each other, but they don't know each other. They need approval from each other by showing maybe that they are wealthy, or they are healthy, or not healthy. Health is like superior to everything. But let's say that you are you need to appear or belong to a specific tribe, let's say. You have to, and then to belong, in order to belong to this specific tribe, you need to have values that matches with the individual within this tribe. And sometimes these values and ideas are absolutely destructive and disillusional, I'd say, because they are based in something that is generating generates frustration and greed. And all these things I see through, and I feel that I had some experiences where I started to understand, but sometimes I get swallowed back into it. And even though I try to, I have a good ability to observe myself and how I feel and what I see and what I'm going through in a daily life. But obviously I'm human. I can get hurt, or I can become cynical or melancholic, or especially melancholic. But lately I found a stability, a nice balance where I know what has meaning for me, and these meanings is in a sense ideas also, but they make me happy because I find a dignity, and I find a responsibility in them, and because of my responsibility to it, it gives me meaning. And as some of you may know, obviously I'm very driven by meaning. So I tried something new, experienced with learning how to be connected to music in a different way than I used to. If I'm out walking on the street, if I'm sitting in a park, or I listen to music, like I listen to music wherever I am, all the time pretty much, when I'm not talking with people or I'm working or playing music myself. I try to just disconnect everything that's around me, people, environment, let's say, what else, all senses, you know. I'm just trying to take the piece of music I'm hearing and hear everything, but that's difficult. I'm still learning that. That's normally also how I listen to music as a whole, but obviously a lot of guitar because I play guitar as well. I don't want to listen to instrument individually. It's fun to do that, but I want to see pattern as like block out everything externally and really like imagine you're a drop of water and the music is the ocean, and you just drip the drop of water in the ocean. It becomes like one with the ocean, and really feel the music as a whole in a different sense.